Good afternoon and welcome to Breaking Fry Bread. I'm Dave. This is Ty. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How are you?
I'm living the dream. I'm
I
uh
see that.
I'm wearing my Rambo jacket today.
Your Rambo jacket and your Carhartt shirt.
That's
And
right. I see you rocking the Carhartt shirt too. Look at
we didn't
you.
plan this.
We
We didn't
didn't
plan
plan
this.
that, but look at that. You're boss. That's boss work right there because that's a working man shirt.
It is.
That's why I
You have
wear
the
it.
traditional chest pocket.
I
No,
love the
I like
chest
that.
pocket because I like to collect things like pens and pencils and the random piece of bubble gum. I don't know. I like to I like to have my chest pocket on my shirt. But this is my Rambo jacket. If you've ever seen Rambo First Blood, I love Rambo. And this is my Rambo First Blood jacket where he's walking around and he's got his green jacket on. So
Yeah,
I love to bust out my green Rambo jacket. It's
yeah. That's a
it's
nice
get
jacket. It's
it's
killer.
yeah, thank you, man. It's getting to be fall. The
It
short
is.
sleeves are going away, the jackets are coming out. We got some big stuff coming up in the fall. We've got the NFL. We
Ugh.
just finished Pow Wow. We got some bonus stuff going on. Um, Bonuses. I see a lot of chatter on the Facebook pages, on the social media about people stressing about bonuses.
Yeah, it's a
What's
hot
going
topic of
on?
discussion.
What's going on with bonuses?
I haven't heard a lot. But this is the time of year where we learn if they were going to go up or they're going to go down. Because as you know, they're performance based. And so what performance they base that on, I don't know. To be honest, I couldn't tell you. It's whatever they put on that financial spreadsheet and feed to the membership. So
Feed to the membership. It sounds like there's a hint of sarcasm there.
there might be.
Sounds like there's a hint of distrust.
Well, you got to question everything, and and that's just find the truth. That's all I ever try to encourage. Our members, and if you're watching, as a tribal member, um, can't just believe everything that they feed you. We have to do our own research too, and we have to peel back the layers, so to speak.
Got to peel back the onion. So, when do they make the decision on the bonuses by?
They should make it by the end of October. We should be honestly hearing something soon because it's budget season, and once that new budget is established, that's what they'll present to the membership. But we usually have membership meetings quarterly. We haven't heard anything about a membership meeting in a while, so there's a lot of members that are asking about the membership meeting. They're asking about what's the performances of our ventures. We haven't heard any kind of financial update, so people are chomping at the bit. And I have to imagine that council is hearing that and they're preparing. So we'll see. We'll see.
All right. You like Vegas, don't you?
We both do. We both do. I'm
We
headed
love
back there.
Vegas.
I'm headed back there in 2 weeks for a work conference. So I'm going to need you to pull some strings at the Golden Steer.
I know. I knew that was coming up. I knew it. I was actually going to bring it up myself. That I can't believe how booked that place is out right now.
I know. I mean, we're looking 6 months in advance and they're booked out. So they did say you could show up and hope for a spot to open up. So we may try that. I don't know. But there's so many good places to eat there.
Yeah, the Golden Steer is my favorite, and it is just constantly packed right now. Which is funny because you used to be able to get a table on like a moment's notice.
I wonder, yeah, I don't know. Something must have happened, but I know there's a lot of TikToks about that place. I mean, the freaking lobster tails are giant. They're ginormous. At least on TikTok, they look like they
Yeah,
are.
It's a world-class restaurant. It's a beautiful restaurant, and you're going to be there in a couple of weeks. Um, as a betting man, or maybe you're not a betting man, as a Vegas man, are you a gambler?
I would say so. I mean, I like to I like to put my money where feel like I have an advantage and have, you know, where I know gambling, there's no real strategy. The house always wins, but there's things like poker, which I really like to play poker, and sports betting is something that I've really started to pick up that I enjoy a lot. So I would
Yeah,
say
that's cool.
yes.
Sports betting is a. I know some guys who do pretty good at sports betting, but that's maybe for a different show. But so if you had to bet, do you bet the bonuses go up or down?
If I'm a betting man, I'm gonna bet that they're presenting them going down. And here's why, because last year they presented that they were going down and the membership went crazy, right? And rightfully so. You have, your membership, they're accustomed to receiving this income, and so they base their life on this income, like it's going to be there forever. And then you take it away and they don't know what to do. And so when they presented last year that they're going to lower the bonuses, it caused a frenzy. The membership kind of went crazy, like you're seeing now. And then they found a way to finagle the budgets and keep the bonuses the same. But, you know, that comes with the sacrifice. So they had to sacrifice money from this program that we offer to tribe members to make up for that. So you're robbing from Peter to pay Paul, essentially.
So this could be a whole rabbit hole we go down, but I don't think we want to do that today. So you're gonna bet that they're gonna say they're going down, and you gave us the reason why, which is wonderful of you for doing. And how are the bonuses going down when the cost of living is going up? And what is it? People are just not visiting the casino? Or are we doing things like opening restaurants? Just kidding. I don't want to get into the restaurant deal. Bad business ideas. But the casino, is the casino doing well?
It's packed every time I go. I would assume so. And everything I hear, we're on pace to match the year over year. So things are looking good. Um, yeah, and our
People are
cannabis venture's
gambling
doing
like
great.
crazy.
People are gambling like crazy. Now the NFL season's here. Uh, yeah,
Huh.
we should be thriving.
We should be thriving. Somebody's getting paid off. You didn't hear that from me. All right. So what happened? We just had the powwow.
We just had our Labor Day Pow Wow this past weekend. Hundreds of vendors. There's a lot of food vendors and a lot of dancers from all across Indian country. It was a great time.
All right. What was your biggest takeaway from the powwow?
Biggest takeaway from the powwow. Uh, it's always fun for me to watch the young ones out there dancing. So traditional dancing, grass dancing, fancy dancing, and that's good medicine for me to go out there and get to watch them do that. Um, so I don't spend a ton of time in there watching it, but I get my fill of watching the performers and watching the dancers, you know, or I guess we could say I get my medicine and it's good for my heart. And then just mingling with everyone, seeing folks from all across Indian country I don't get to see on a daily basis and catching up and checking out the vendors. It's just a good time.
What's your favorite vendor?
Favorite vendor, I would have to. I would have to say Journey's Pizza, Huckleberry Ice Cream and Pizza.
There you go. Journey's Pizza, Huckleberry ice cream. You can't beat that.
Nope, you sure can't.
That's one to check out. That's one to check out. Is this thin crust pizza or thick crust pizza?
It's right in the middle of both. It's not a pan. It's not like a pan crust, and it's not a thin crust. So it's like we'll call it an original crust.
An original crust. Huh. And is the ice cream homemade?
It's homemade in a manufacturing plant somewhere. But
All right.
but
All
no,
right, all right.
it's a delicious ice cream. They make a delicious huckleberry ice cream, and all their other ice creams are good too. But no, I don't know if we can make it as good as they do.
Homemade ice cream is pretty good.
But we have sold so much of it between Canoe Journey and the Pow Wow that the manufacturer or the distributors want to distribute to us directly over the stores that we've been getting them from. So that's a
Hey,
good thing.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ralph, are we doing okay on audio or are we having a little audio glitch?
First little glitch. I think we just got feedback through Ty's microphone.
Sometimes we have a little glitch there. That's okay. All right.
Oh, sorry about that.
No, you're good. NFL starts on Sunday, right? Or starts Thursday night?
Thursday night football. Ravens at the Chiefs.
Ravens at the Chiefs. I was at a Chiefs game a couple of weeks ago.
The preseason game.
I was at Arrowhead Stadium.
I saw that. I saw that with
It
the
is
kids.
just it was just one cinder block of concrete. There is no amenities in that arena.
Are the seats concrete too?
No, but I will tell you something about the seats. They were made for wider people, so they're very comfortable to sit in if you've got a little bit of girth.
Oh,
But
that's good.
But they were not made for tall people because the seats are jam-packed. Like your knees are killing you after like 4 minutes of the game. So I will tell you also that as you sit up in the higher ranked seats, which I'm not a fan of, but I did not order these tickets, it is freaking steep, man. I mean, it is like Harry walking up those steps. Like you're thinking to yourself, if I go down, I'm going to die. And there's no comfort amenities. It's just like rows of vendors selling food and concrete, and it's just, I don't know.
It's a gladiator arena.
Yes, it
It's
is.
just one big
That's
chunk of concrete.
That's what it is. It's a gladiator arena. It is not built for the fan. It is built for war.
That's awesome.
You know, even the
Not for the
TVs
fans.
are small. Even the TVs are small. And I'm thinking to myself, this is an old stadium.
It is an old stadium.
It's an old stadium. It is like if you're the traveling team, it's like, man, we got to hate coming into Kansas City. My God, this is like torture. But they
Well,
pack it out.
There's not a lot to do in Kansas City, is there? I've never been there, so I don't know.
I don't know. It's the Midwest, you know, there's things to do there, like eat,
Barbecue.
barbecue. You know, the thing is I'm not a big barbecue guy. I like barbecue. I'm good to go in, have a day of barbecue. But when it gets down to like, oh, let's go to this one and let's go to this one and let's go to this one and like by day 3 you've had barbecue like 3 days in a row, like I'm done. I'm type of guy, you give me Mexican food, I can eat Mexican food twice a day, 5 days a week, 7 days a week. Okay? I love some Mexican food. If I go Italian, I can eat pizza 7 days a week. No problem. Spaghetti, lasagna, no problem. You get me eating barbecue, I'm like one day I'm tuckered out, man.
The meat sweats get to you, huh?
The meat sweats get to me. Yeah, like I'm a like what's that movie with Denzel Washington where he's blind, and he's walking through the Book of Eli.
Book
Yeah,
of Eli.
Book of Eli, where they're sitting there and they're eating people, and like if you eat people, you shake and you get the sweats. That's what I think of when you say the meat sweats. Those people in Book of Eli who just got done eating some human flesh.
Oh no, it might feel like that. Once you get the meat sweats.
I don't want to feel like that. All right, so the NFL's coming on. Are you a Hawks fan or what?
You know it. I'm super pumped for this season. New coach, new offensive coordinator. Great choices for both. Brian Grubb, he comes from that UW national championship team, and his offense was explosive. He had 3 wide receivers from that team drafted in the first round of this past draft. So that just kind of shows, man, like he's throwing the ball downfield and he's looking for explosive plays. And they also had 1,000-yard rusher that got drafted to the NFL too. So it's a balanced offensive attack. Mike McDonald, he's saying all the right things right now. I like how he's preparing. Him and John Schneider are working great together. We've been flying under the radar though this whole offseason, which is I like. There's not a lot of expectation on us, or a lot of hype. They just haven't been talking about us at all in the sports radio shows or the talk shows. So um, I've been kind of creating my own hype and keeping up on everything that's happening. And I'm just super pumped for this season. We have a lot of talent. Our defensive line is deep. We drafted Byron Murphy in the first round. He's going to help stop the run and give us that pass rush. And then our DBs are awesome. So I'm just excited. I'm
I can
excited.
tell. I mean, you got the whole narrative broken down. This is so what we play this Sunday?
Sunday's the home opener. It's against the Denver Broncos and their rookie quarterback Bo Nix, who has been awesome this preseason. He had a great college career. He came in NFL ready. So
All right,
should be a good test.
You said earlier you're getting into sports betting. Are you betting on this game?
I probably will. Yeah, I probably will.
What's
I like
the
to
over
do.
under?
I think as of yesterday, the Hawks were a 6-point favorite, and the over under was about 45.
Okay. So you're going. Are you going for the Hawks and taking the points?
I'm probably going to go money line on the Hawks because you never know. 6 points is a lot in the NFL, especially especially in the opening season. The offenses are still trying to figure themselves out. They're working out all the kinks, so it's going to be a volatile first week. I already know.
So, here's the deal. I hate the Denver Broncos. I mean, they are one of the teams in the NFL that I absolutely hate because I hate John Elway. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I also greatly dislike Peyton Manning. But I hate the Denver Broncos. And I don't say that I know how powerful the word hate is. So I hate the Denver Broncos. There's teams I dislike. There's teams I like. The Denver Broncos, I absolutely hate. I did like Russell Wilson, though. I've always will be a fan of Russell Wilson. He brought us our first Super Bowl. I always have love for him. Even in the Steelers, I hope he does a good job. I was never a hater for Russell. But Pete Carroll, what position is he? What position is he holding now? He's like advisor or something, right? Or is he completely out? I thought he was holding some kind of a position.
They gave him some advisory role, and I think that was just the nice way of, giving him a good departure in a respectful way. And I think that was just the most sensitive way of basically firing Pete Carroll. And because I'm not sure they gave him that title, but I don't think he stepped foot in that arena.
Yeah.
since they brought Mike McDonald in. They're already changing the culture out there, and
So what are the biggest
yeah,
changes in the culture that you think you're going to see?
I think what listening to the players talk, some of the veterans that played under Pete Carroll, they all praise Pete Carroll, and obviously he's a legendary coach. But this day and age, you're seeing our coaches and head coaches get younger and younger, and I think that's because the younger coaches, they have a different vision. They're forward thinking. They are open to innovative ways. Whereas you're finding older coaches that they're kind of stuck in their ways, and it's their way or the highway. These younger coaches are more collaborative with their players and forward thinking, a different energy. So I think for the Hawks and what Mike McDonald brings is an innovative defense of mind. They talk about he's the best at simulating pressure. And so we could get into that and stuff and talk X's and O's, but he's just a good defensive mind. He's surrounded himself with the staff to be successful. He brought in Frazier, who's a veteran head coach. He brought him in as an assistant head coach to kind of keep him grounded and keep him moving in the right direction. Brought in Ryan Grubb to be the offensive coordinator. And they brought in their offensive line coach from UW, and so that the blocking schemes and the blocking concepts are going to help fix that O line. They've just made all the right moves from everything that I've seen. Mike McDonald's saying all the right things that you want to hear as far as their like preparation and and just the culture they're trying to create there. And you hear players saying that it's a tough system, but everybody has bought in. The culture is changing. The physicality has been back at practice. You're seeing teammates fight and scrap, and you're seeing that warrior mindset starting to come back, and players are excited and they're ready to play.
All right,
Man,
that's awesome.
I feel like a sports broadcaster right now.
You're doing a great job. You're actually crushing it today. I want you to know that. What's happening to the dogs? I mean, it feels like the dogs just got stripped clean.
Dude, that ripped my heart out when DeBoer decided to take that Alabama job. That tore my heart out because I'm a big Dogs fan too.
I love the
And
dogs, man.
I love the Dogs, but man, they lost a lot of their team with the draft. I mean, like I said, they had Odunze, McMillan, and one other, I can't think of his name, but three wide receivers drafted in the first round. Penix was drafted in the first round to Atlanta. So I think the opportunity presented itself to DeBoer, and he took it. But that made way for Ryan Grubb to come to the Seahawks, and I'm super happy about that.
So the dogs get stripped. They got to rebuild. It's going
The
to be a
Dogs get
tough year.
stripped. They brought in, but I think they did a great job by bringing in Jed Fish from Arizona.
You
He's
think that's going to be good for him?
I do, especially on that short of notice. And the things that he did at Arizona when he showed up there with what he had was great. And so he brought a couple of his star players from Arizona over to UW through the transfer portal, and they just had their first game against Weber State, and they look great. That run game looks great.
All
The
right.
running back's tough.
All right. You know who I love. This is one of my favorite guys of all time is Neon Dion. I love Deion Sanders.
Prime time.
I love prime time. This is my guy right here.
He's the dude.
So I'm pulling for the Buffs. Just gonna throw that out there. But I'm not pulling for the Buffs over the Dogs. I'm just saying I like Deion.
They're not in the same conference anymore. That's the other thing is you see the merging of conferences. So the Dogs are in the Big Ten now with Oregon, USC, Penn State, and all those big powerhouses. And I think Colorado stayed in the Pac-12.
That's okay.
But
the Dogs are going to do good. We're going to have a good run. All right, so the Seahawks are going. Listen, do you like this show Hard Knocks?
I've heard of it. I haven't spent a lot of time watching it, honestly.
As
But
a
I
big
would,
football
because I know
guy,
it kind of gives you the inside view of practice and stuff like that. But
I enjoy Hard Knocks. Ralph likes Hard Knocks too.
Yeah.
All right. We got to bring this thing in
But-
for a landing. We're talking Hawks. What's your prediction on the record
Wow.
for the year?
time with the time flew by talking about football, but look at here we are.
Dude, we got a lot in. We talked about budgets. We talked about Pow Wow. We talked about NFL. We talked about getting burned and hosed on the bonus for the year.
Yeah,
You know,
I think all good stuff, all things that matter. But I think what matters most right now is our Hawks this Sunday. But I think the over under on their wins this season is 10.5.
you think they're
I'm
going to
a-
win? They're going to win. You think they're going to win 10.5 games?
I think they're going to win 11 or more. I think I try to take the bias out, but I can't. I'm just but you look at they were a 9-8 team last year with the worst defense in the NFL. They're 30th in the rush. They're just the worst, top 3 worst defense all across the board, and they have the opportunity to be the best defense in the league. And with a lot of the same offensive weapons and a new offensive mind, I think they're gonna easily hit 11 games. I think they're gonna make the playoffs and surprise everybody.
All right. How far do they get in the playoffs? Do they make it to the championship? Do they make it to the Super Bowl?
Once you hit the playoffs, anything can happen. So if they make the playoffs, I got to say that they're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness. Here we go. This is the
Super
big,
Bowl or bust.
This is the big prediction. Listen, when you're in Vegas, what are you putting down for the Hawks to go to the Super Bowl? Because a bet that early in the
I think
season.
the line. I think it's plus 8,000 right now. So $100 gets you 8,000. That's, I might go to Vegas and put $100 down while I'm there. You never know. You never know.
What about going to Vegas and just putting $100 down on each team?
That's actually, I wonder what so that'd be 100 times 32 teams. Wow. That doesn't seem bad.
That's only $3,200.
I think you can eliminate some teams that do not have a chance. But
who would you eliminate?
well, the Panthers are not making the playoffs. We can say Arizona's not making the playoffs. Guarantee that.
Panthers, Arizona, who else?
Let's see. The Colts aren't making the playoffs. The Raiders are definitely not making the playoffs.
Deal. I'm Dave Westcott. Follow me on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, anywhere where it's social. I'm hanging out. Send me a direct message on LinkedIn. That's the best place to touch base. Ty's on all those same places: Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, social media. Reach out to him. And listen, here's the deal. If you like the show, give us a like, give us a share, and drop your comments in the comment box. We'd love to chat with you about what's going on. Adios.
Boy.